Angel Reese walks in a bar with Asia Wilson and Caitlin Clark. These bookies don't know where to start. We be killing them all, tearing them apart. They can't mess with us, they can't mess with you. And I'm never gonna cuss cause I love you too. Hit thumbs up if you want good luck. Girls thinking that we fresh and they wanna We be winning the bets and they be rolling up. By far we the best, you ain't good enough. Ain't a damn thing funny, man, you know what's up. You wanna win some money, it's time to lock in, bruh.
Lock in, lock in, lock in, lock in.
Lock in, bruh.
Lock in, lock in, lock in.
That's a flagrant foul. It's a hard
Lock in, bruh.
And here we got another.
Lock in.
Cash.
Yo, what's good, fam? Welcome back, everybody. Happy Monday. Here we are, back to start the work week again. It is Just Cash. Here to talk some WNBA basketball. We got 2 games tonight. And looking forward to some action. A couple games tomorrow, too. What's good, underrated? Joined with our co-host here. How was your weekend, man? How are you?
Hello, I'm good. Just chilling. Nice day. Nice sunny day. Happy it's Monday. Reset time. We had some crazy hooks over the weekend. So, but I'm okay with it. Come to terms with it. It was pretty annoying at first, and then that last one with Hamby was just the nail in the coffin. It just made it turn from annoying to absolutely hilarious. So we continue, man. It is what it is. We've been here before. We've all been here before. If we've been betting for a while, we know we go through times like that, and then before you know it, we're right back in the saddle again, and we are whipping some ass. And that's what I think we're about to do today.
Oh, yeah, man. I love our plays for this night, or for the slate here. And those things just happened. You know, we've been thankfully blessed this season. We haven't had many stat corrections that have affected us or these unfortunate hooks. And we kind of hit our season high with it here in the last week. A lot of weird stuff that happened. You know, we could go on and on about it. There was plenty of weird things that happened. And I know a lot of the betting community also really suffered along with it. But we're going to really tighten things up. I think we got a nice little strategy here. And we'll talk about some of that as well. And, you know, just kind of moving forward, just some things to think about. But I love our plays tonight. We got some teams that need to pick up the win and a few things to talk about. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into it. I know we're trying to keep it hard out today, about an hour and a half. So 6:30 Eastern, we're going to skedaddle. But if you guys haven't already, hit that like button down below. Help us hype up the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe, turn the notifications on, and be a part of the action, because I cannot stress that any more, the importance of live betting right now, especially whenever some of the pregame stuff goes a little bit sideways. If you were in the Discord with us, we had a lot of good success with that over the weekend. You know, Fom, for example, was able to see that she was not playing a normal rotation, normal minutes, and that was unbelievable live unders. So get on those other websites. We got all kinds of, you know, different accesses you can have for that. Join in. We got 7-day free trials as well, month-long, season-long, and week-long passes as well. So don't miss out. And you know, we're gonna make the best of it. But I love our plays today. If you guys got any comments, questions, or thoughts about players as well, make sure to throw them down below, and we'll get to them as quick as we can. Let's see what everybody is feeling today and how we're doing, and then I think we'll just go ahead and jump right into it.
Sounds good. Happy Monday, everybody. Fade Away Music says, took a little week off, but we back, baby. Fade Away Music 88 is back, ready to whoop some bookie ass today. 3-time is here. What up, everyone? Happy Monday, he says. Good luck. Positive vibes from the man. Starco 3420 is here. He says, happy Monday, fam. Like, sub, and hype after the stream. Listening and watching today. Good call, Starco. Yeah, if you guys are watching this on delay and it's not live, make sure if you can hit that hype button. It helps us out a lot. Would very much appreciate it. Starfall says, yo, what's up, Starfall? AKA Big Curto, the 23K master. King Capricorn says, what's up, gang? Let's cash. What's up, bro? Bucko Burke is here. He says, sup, fam? We get that Monday off our back. Oh, that monkey off our back this week. Yes, sir. Sorry, E, I cut you
yeah.
off. You want to say hello to the people? You go right ahead and cut me off. Skill Satoshi says they have Veronica Burton yesterday with 3 points all first half, then changed it to assists. Bought in with Erica Wheeler at 10 points to go over 12.5. Then 5 minutes later, they took a 3 away. Man, they did. They took that Burton 3 away. I don't know what that Erica Wheeler. I didn't see that one, but yeah, bro, they be scamming and cheating. Gotta watch them.
It's been weird lately, no doubt, man. I'm telling you, we've been blessed not having to deal with it all season, but last week it's been weird.
Yeah, man, the scorekeepers, the whole league in general, everything's going wild outside of just the props. But we continue to focus on the props here. If we want to talk about that other stuff, we can do that too, but just not on stream as much. The Great 13 says, stay strong, my good peoples. Yes, sir, we are going to do that.
Right.
Thank you, sir. Lamont says, maybe do some under hunting. Lamont, man, we've been doing the under hunting. It's just not popping out like it was earlier in the season, so we don't want to force it. We do have one underplay. We're definitely trying to find the unders. I think later in the season, we will find some more here coming up very shortly. So keep on the lookout for the unders coming up on our streams. Fallout Biz Center is here. AFC Angelo is here. Vel from the Knopf is here. Asprey Decor is here. Nicole is here. Let's get it, E. Appreciate everybody here.
Oh, yeah. And, we've been in these situations before, and it's so funny because last time I know when things were looking a little bit grim, and then we went on an unbelievable run. I mean, it was a 49-6 run right after that. So we will not stay down long. I promise you that. We kind of rethinking a couple of things here. So just kind of, share my thoughts and things to think about here with the league and kind of moving forward. Let's look at least the standings right now, and just to kind of give you guys a clear picture of, in truth, we're all but pretty well locked up as far as the top 8 concerns. I mean, looking all the way down at number 8, we got Dallas. They are with 19 wins, and pay no attention to any kind of the conference stuff. Like all that stuff is really irrelevant. It's all about the win category. So you can see the drop off here between Dallas in the 8th spot and then Portland being the next runner up. The game difference. I mean, we're 6 games back basically from them even having a shot, looking on the outside in. So keep that in mind with all these bottom 8 teams here from, Portland all the way down to Seattle, who is already eliminated. These teams are playing for nothing right now. Literally no incentive to play. There's no reason for them to be out there and push things as far as, over props are concerned. And I think to that point with the unders, that's where we're really going to start switching up here in a little bit, looking at some of these players that are losing out on minutes, taking live bet unders, especially. You're going to be really prosperous for us. But the top half of this league right now that have to play, I think these games are ultra important and some things to really pay attention to. But just to kind of keep that in the back of your head, plus, in about 2 weeks, we're going to have the FIBA tournament for the international play. A lot of these international players are kind of coasting on minutes. So teams that don't need to push them as a starter or playing starter minutes, they're going to be a little bit more cautious with them moving forward. We've kind of seen that rear its ugly head. I've been talking to you guys about Gabby Williams. I'm telling you, man, she's not playing 30 minutes, and we've seen it in several of the last games. She can be productive, but just know that players like that, you are still going to be taking some kind of risk on with them just not playing minutes, and or if there's even the slightest of injury, coach is going to pull them immediately. So With that being said, we're going to really hone in on some of these props, try and avoid some of these landmine teams. We did run it back with Plum over the weekend. Unfortunately, she did get hurt, but that's going to be a team, for example, that even if their props look good, just know that they are playing for nothing at this point.
Yep. No, you make a really good point, man. Looking at the numbers sometimes doesn't tell the story, and we've been looking at WNBA and international basketball and all kinds of different things, seeing how the trends work and what they could do here. Bookies don't even look into that as much, so especially in WNBA, we will find some nice little smackers. And, even when you have some bad luck go, you get some hooks like we did. When you get those smackers, sometimes they leave stuff up, like the Gabby Williams, for example. When you see she's not playing the minutes, yeah, she can score in bunches, but a lot of times the lines will be too high. Just as an example, you can find that farm play over the weekend. When you find that one play, it can make up for 5 hooks, and you just go right back to feeling right back normal again. So that's going to happen, and that does happen. That's how we always stay on top, no matter what. So we'll watch for that a lot this month too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Should be interesting. And then as we get towards the postseason, their first play-in games are going to be really exciting to see, possibly taking some overs, and then being able to switch it up when the really good defenses start playing. That undertrain is really going to be there. So make sure you guys don't miss out on it. And if you want to do us the honors, throw up a little mini me here. Let's go ahead and hop into the plays. And let's talk about Miss Malonga here and a couple of injury news that we're waiting on for this team with Seattle. Okay, so Ezzy Magbegor and Falage both questionable for this matchup. Falage exited early, came back, and then had to exit again this last game. I do like to think that there's a real good chance that she's going to be end up being out for this game. They need to kind of be a little bit cautious with that. But Ezzy Magbegor, same thing for her, international player, again, with nothing to play for other than pride. They need to be a little bit more cautious with her the last couple games now. Even with Malonga kind of seeing somewhat of a reduction in minutes. I know she had 4 fouls this last game, but still, there's a real good chance that one of, if not both, Ezzy and Falage are out for this matchup. So with that being said, we already have the number one matchup here as far as rebounds concerned over the last month. And for most of the season, to start, Chicago just continues to be the ever-giving tree of rebound chances, and Malonga, she's been outstanding with that over the last month now too. So good line for her. Needing either, honestly, the 8.5, I'm not too mad at either as a starter, but the 9.5, if you want to consider that one, maybe kind of switch up to the double-double, just kind of check your sites to see what the payout is for that. But I love this spot for her. I mean, Cardoso continues to be on this kind of weird minutes limits, and for Malonga, plenty of chances there. Plays even better at the house, and we couldn't ask for a better matchup. You can see a ton of recent success with other bigs as well, putting up many, many double-digit rebounding numbers. So for her, just stay out of foul trouble. Give us that somewhere range of 28 to 30-plus minutes, and I think we're looking good here.
Yeah, man, Malonga's been great all season. She was injured at the beginning, so her lines are still playable, even though the bookies... I really think the bookies looking at... She's had a few times with foul trouble as well, so all her lines have been decent playable lines, and her ceiling is way up there. Good matchup for the rebounds. Got to take it. I know it bumped since last night a little bit. I see DraftKings minus 169. Is there anywhere else you can get it right now at 8.5? Caesars and DraftKings, but like Prizepicks and all those spots got 9 or 9.5, don't they?
They do for the regular payout. I mean, she might be at 9 flat still on Prizepicks. Let me see. But they do have at least the alts that you can take as an option. Yeah, she moved up all the way to 9.5. They do still have the 8.5 though. So I mean, you could, for a slight less payout, 2.5 is not bad. But I think this is definitely deserved. I mean, the matchup is obviously great, but having two different star players looming with questionable tags is going to be, even more usage rating if they end up being out.
Yep. We'd like to stress as well, guys, have accounts at everywhere you can go, every site you can get, just to make sure you get the best value if you're in certain states with different books, because Prizepicks will not give you good value on alts most of the time. I don't think probably ever they're going to give you better value. Might be close, but just make sure you check that when you're playing alts. Just make sure. I want to do that, paying that into people's head from now on. Every single alt we take, we got to make sure it's the best value. Every single line we take in general, we gotta get every single thing on discount. The best thing we can find. Don't be lazy.
Yeah, man. Always good to have options. Speaking of options, another pivot play that we're going to have with Natisha Heidemann, and also kind of, same thing to be said for Malonga too. I know her points in the PR prop is a little bit higher, but if Falage is going to be out, that is going to be a nice chunk of field goal attempts. That is, something that we're going to have to soak up as far as starters go. And Heidemann at 14.5 points, I think, is a really, really good price on her. Does seem like the books are kind of being a little bit more savvy to this. The juice did kind of roll in a little bit more here in the last half an hour or so, but still waiting on the news as far as, with Falage, if she's going to play or not. But I do like this. I think this is a nice little low buy. Last two games were a bit weird. Field goal volume was way down, and I think maybe there's just something more of a mental game that's going on with her. Still played her minutes, 29 and 32 minutes, so there's nothing extraordinary going on. with her, 3-point shot could be a slight touch more difficult to come by, but I do love the free throw potential and then her shooting zone. She's been kind of putting her head down a little bit more and getting to the lane, which is really good. And you got to assume with Flage, if she ends up being out, then not only the added usage, but still being able to do that in lieu of Jade being a little bit more the point guard. I know her assist was a fairly popular play today with good reason. If you still want to play the 4+, I get it. But Flage being out could muddy up the waters a little bit with her. So just keep that in mind too. But Heidemann, this is a nice price for her.
It is. We're buying low on Heidemann today. She's been at 16.5 pretty much every slate until today. And obviously, if Flage is out, that's going to just help us with more usage. And the matchups that Heidemann's had have been pretty difficult. So, I mean, can't really have a good reason for having that low of volume, but I think she bounces back here today. We can't let 1 or 2 games scare us. And we know Portland, that last game, the way they attacked the ball handlers, that will slow her down for sure. So here we are. Let's try it again. Old stud bud number 2. So Flage is out. Lock in that 14.5. Make sure you have it ready so the bookies don't move the lines too much. I don't think they're going to move too much. It looks like they priced it in already now, but we'll see.
Yeah, 100%. All right, so let's keep it going. Let's talk about that first game, though. Toronto traveling out to Atlanta. We got Miss Canada and her 7.5 assists. I'm not too mad at the 8.5 assists, or if you want to ladder it up to the double-double, I think that's honestly just as acceptable. But had some of her best games in this matchup with the Toronto. We saw 9, 13, and 13 assists, and 2 of these games were also her second season high in potential assists. Pretty crazy as well, having 20+ in both of those. She had 24 and 22 potentials. Even still, 16 potentials in the 25-point blowout. I'm not mad at that. One thing I love about this Atlanta team, though, is everyone that is not named Naz Hillman is locked in for 30+ minutes every single night. Coach is really trying to make a good playoff push here. All these players, barring any kind of crazy foul trouble. I know Reese had a little bit here and there, but outside of any kind of foul trouble, I mean, they're on average playing 30+ minutes a night easy, even with blowout situations happening. So I do love the playmaking here. Love the spot. It is top 4 in assists allowed, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 4th best over the last month in assists per game. And it also, I think, correlates really, really well with our other play. And then the other thought of, if you want to play Ryan Howard today, I totally get it. Great matchup, great 3-point matchup for her. Being at the house as well is going to bode the best stats for her possible. So that one makes sense. But I think Reese, very interesting today. We know Toronto has been very mid overall in points in the paint allowed, still allowing the 6th most over the last month now. But her coming off of a season worst game, you got to think that Reese is going to be hungry today. She's really going to want to make up for that. Had everything we needed. The field goal volume was there, didn't really get into serious foul trouble. So everything on the table for her last game, and she just had her worst game of the season. So bounce back spot. We couldn't ask for a better one here, especially being back at the house too. I think they go to her, and they go to her early. She's really going to try and put some points on the board, and also great rebounding spot to boot. She missed for us the last game, so we're going to go right back to it and get our coin back here.
You talking about Big Canada?
Yeah, well, Canada with Reese. Both of those players here.
Gotcha. You threw me off with she missed for us. I was like, Canada missed for us? Oh, Canada's been all right. But yeah, Canada's assists, man. We know we attack Seattle for the assists a lot of times, and Canada's had a few low assist games, but her potentials are still right there, except for the one game against Phoenix. That was interesting. What happened in that game? I don't remember exactly. And also, after that, Starfall says Canada under point since you're on Canada here on the screen. What happened in that 4 assist game against Phoenix?
Yeah, so looking at the last 3 games here, we know Vegas is not that great of a matchup, a little bit more difficult scoring inside the paint too. Washington, same example. excuse me, the paint defense is elite on the other side. So we did see that normal connection for her. She's going to throw it in the paint about 50% of the time. So last game, Reese had a terrible performance. No surprise there. But the Phoenix one was a little bit weird, but maybe not that weird that we're actually thinking about it, because these three matchups are not good scoring in the paint at all. We know AT as well. She is a menace there. But the thing that really flipped is her scoring. So that game, Atlanta could not get anything going in the first half. They played terrible as a team, and Canada kind of had to put her, the team on her back, if you will. She wasn't really looking to pass down the stretch and ended up scoring a lot more. So I think that makes a lot of sense with the team struggle. But for her, for one, they play way better at the house. And then this time we actually have a really, really good paint matchup. And Reese for a bounce back performance, that's going to be her main target.
All right. Now, talking about that, though, Canada's points are a little on the higher side. We've seen her at 10.5 a lot of the season. She did have that 17-point game. So I'm assuming her lines are a tad bit up. I know Toronto is crap, but because they probably want to get down low, they want to get Reese going, they want to get Brianna Jones going, you would assume Canada might not have to score. She's one of those cloud type players, right? She only scores when they need her to score. She usually looks to pass. Yeah. So do we like her under points?
Yeah, honestly, I think that is a totally fine play. The only caveat being is she does score a large chunk of her, percentage overall scoring from transition scoring. Mm-hmm. And Toronto, unfortunately, has been number one at opponent points off of turnovers. So if she's locking them down, it's a 50-50 shot. She's either scoring off of that fast break or it's going to be an assist. So do keep that in mind. I do like it because this is such a great spot for everybody else. But no, if she gets there, it'll be likely from that.
Yeah. The fact that it's 11.5 though is like,
it's very high. Yeah,
it does make me lean that under, and the fact we don't have many unders, and you know me, I love the unders, so that's something I think I might play here, whether we put it on the list or not. But I'm definitely gonna put a little something on that. That's a good look, Starfall.
No, I like it. And honestly, one that we could also keep an eye out for second half too, because, if this game starts getting put away, they should see a slight reduction with the minutes. But for her, it's really just she'll throw up a couple random threes here and there, and then everything else should just set the offense and just kind of goes.
Yeah. She's an interesting one, though. I want to kind of look at her points against teams where they had close games. I feel like when they have games where it's a pretty easy win for Atlanta, which hasn't been that many times, but she doesn't really have to score. Might be one of those type of games. So it's an interesting play for sure. It's a different thing to look at. I like, we have the Hamby thing. She failed us yesterday, but we kind of went against our rules. The line was so low. But Canada's another one of those ones. Maybe there's a little correlation here with her scoring and the matchup.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it is a very appropriate line, especially considering the overall hit rating that she has, and mostly just what does the free throws or the transition scoring, because, that last game where she went over against them, she had 6 free throw attempts, but the other 2 games she only had 2 and she had 3, so maybe, slightly different outcome if they're not turning the ball over a lot here.
Yep. Makes sense, man. I like that. I've been realizing about unders. It's hard to take unders with players that have such low lines already. You know what I mean? We look at unders a lot of times for, Mabry's here, with their line super high or whatever the case may be with players that are used to scoring a lot. But Canada's one of those players that can disappear. And 11.5 is that line where I'm like, let me think seriously about this play. But with that being said, I'll let you get on with it. I just want to throw that out there with Canada scoring because that is a good look.
Yeah. No, same thing to be said about Laura, too. I know a lot of people were taking her unders for the history in this matchup, but, you look at her recently, and she's not exactly been the same player. She's been kind of balling. So these 2 players will be a very interesting, could be free unders, and it was that the whole time, or you're just looking at them like, wow, they went out and scored 7 or 8 points in the first half, and you're already just sweating it out.
Yeah, like you said, the thing is, the bookies are getting a little bit smart to those kind of things because her last 5, 18, 19, 15, 11, 12, and now she's at 9.5 in a matchup that's tough for her. The bookies are really putting the lines in the right spots more than they were earlier in the season. So that's why we haven't had as many unders. I don't want to push the unders when they're not there. Because really, in the past, Laura would probably been 11.5 points at this point, and we would have definitely taken that under in this matchup.
Mm-hmm. No, 100%. Yeah. But just kind of, end cap on this, Reese coming off of that poor performance. I do like her. She hasn't had many consecutive games without the double-double this season. And this matchup, we couldn't ask for anything better. And also hit that in 2 out of the 3. Same thing for Canada. I mean, she snapped off in all 3 of them. And I see somebody was saying something about Canada's double-double. I do like that for a ladder play today. I do, actually.
I will say, too, about Angel, like we were saying again, a double-double for a player like Angel is pretty much, you can call it an alt play. But we found it at almost a normal play price. Last time, minus 154. This time, minus 170. Shout out Big Wet found it on 365 last night. And you just had it on the screen there. On other sites, it's like minus 350 now.
Yeah, it moved up a lot overnight. So that part of it pays to be in the Discord, fam.
Yeah, so I'm saying, like, if you're watching the stream now and getting the idea about a Reese double-double, I wouldn't say play it at minus 300. We played it at minus 170. That's completely different. That's like, bet $100, you win 60 back. Or now bet $100, you win 30 back. That's a huge difference.
Oh yeah. Yep. So if you got a boost or something, maybe, I think you could rationalize that, but the odds have moved drastically over the last 24 hours or over the last 12 hours now.
Yep. So yeah, get all the sites you guys can get. And if you're serious about finding the best price and getting the lines before they bump, being able to play them with us, jump in the Discord. It's man, the bigger the Discord gets, the better it gets because we have so many people in there with good ideas. And it's like people on watch and stuff, like, oh, look at this over here. Oh, look at this over there. We couldn't do that all by ourselves like that. So get in the Discord. It's turning into a winning environment for real.
It is. And not only in basketball, I mean, there's plenty of other sports that are popping off too.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the old Courtney Vandersloot. The 17.5 PA still feels a little bit too high. I get it. Her minutes have been up a little bit more recently, but still not really just seeing the same jive that we had at the beginning of the season. Finally, the field goal attempts pretty well leveling out, 6 to 7 per game. I don't think they're going to be needing her to take that many, but having Azurá Stevens back now is going to be massive. I know she played terrible this last game. She kind of did the same thing whenever she was coming back from injury last time, but she still had 13 field goal attempts. So, I mean, she's trying, and that volume is going to be there for her. But for Vandersloot, taking a backseat to both Cloud and now her, and then Carrington as well, who is coming off of an ejection game, looking for her to be a little bit more hungry this game. And JC Sheldon also playing a fair amount of minutes. This team just has way too many guards on it. I mean, I swear, I feel like this has been the same problem they've had for whoever, how long now. It's crazy. They just have too many guards. And so for Vandersloot, she's just kind of, in the mix of things. She's an okay player playing an okay amount of minutes, subject to a blowout from night to night, not playing for anything long term, and not even playing with the players that she actually needs to have, like either Taylor or Rickea Jackson, any of these other key players that are going to be on the team next season. Losing Taylor was pretty big, though. She's not going to have one of her outlets to convert those assists, and Cloud kind of by default is playmaking a little bit more on top of that. So she's just doing her thing right now. I think best case or worst case scenario, she beats us on the scoring, just having a random performance there. But, I mean, the playmaking, 6.5 assists also just feels a little bit too high. I don't know where they're getting this line from, but I like it. And honestly, I still like even the 16.5 or the 20.5 PRA for the under.
Yeah, we got to do it, man. She's not playing all the minutes. She's playing a little more than before, but the line is high. She's not known to be a scorer. Similar to Canada in the way of she's only going to score if they are daring her to score and they're cutting off everything else. And it's the same idea. I mean, we're looking at Seattle. They're not really that scary of a matchup. So I don't think she's going to have to be driving in, trying to score, etc. And they're probably not going to leave her too open. 10.5 plus 7 assists to get the 17.5 PA. That's what really sold me on it too. It's that little extra point there that we're getting of value. So I do like it. I do like it. It will be a fun cheer. I will say a few times in my life I've taken her under, and she has hurt me with a few little dorky little layups or like a wide open three, and that is painful, but I'm going to go for it again. Skip you, Courtney. So,
well, if it makes you feel any better, at least with Seattle, they staying out of foul trouble over the last month and a half. They've been, pushing towards being a lot better as far as defending the paint. So she's going to have to get to her spot in that mid-range or luck out and get a couple of free throws. But, I mean, this team is running a pretty deep rotation, too. I mean, Jaquez, she's playing about 20 minutes a night. Kubalali, she is playing really good basketball lately, too. So this is a massive, just field goal volume usage player that's kind of filling in, too. And then also having Carrington and a few other players. They just have too many guards. So, coach is running a wide rotation, and if she beats us on random scoring or assists, it is what it is, but I just don't see it.
Yeah, and her potentials aren't super high. I mean, 12 and 12 the last 2 games. She needs, she needs 8 assists to make that PA not make sense. So, definitely, they're putting those 2 props together. Both of them seem a tiny bit too high, so putting them together feels like a pretty good value there. And we finally get an under on the list. Yay!
We do. All right, y'all. We got one more play. We're going to talk about Miss Jackie here and then open up and see what we got for the questions. And I think we'll just do that for the remainder of the show. Okay, so Jackie, another unfortunate play over the weekend, had her season low, sad 1 assist game, ended up costing us with the hook. But I think, we were relying a little bit too much on Asia and converting those assists, because when she's not having a good game, both Jackie and Gray, their assist rating really, really struggles. I mean, dare I say, it's hard to trust anybody else on this team outside of Jackie and Asia as far as scoring goes. But this Washington defense is no joke. I mean, we thought Golden State was really good, but Washington leaps and bounds performing better over the last, second half of the season, if you will. But number 1 in points in the paint allowed, they are not having it. They've also been really, really good with the transition scoring. They did struggle a lot with, self turnovers and leading to the fast break opportunities and stuff for their opponents. But that's actually cleaned up a lot and not turning the ball over. I think some of that also being Georgia Amore is not really playing quite as many minutes, but their defense is crazy right now. And then also on top of that, which kind of makes me think that Asia could have a tougher spot here, is they're just not allowing free throws. They've been least bottom end of free throws allowed per game. So everything across the board is lining up for, what should be a tougher spot for Asia to score here. I know she played really well the first time they played, but so did Jackie, so did Gray. And, things were a little bit different then. But Jackie, I think looking at her, honestly, we were talking about this last show. We need to start comparing her to other players like, Kalia Copper, Kelsey Plum, even, dare I say, Clark, Mitchell, some of these high volume shooters, because she's really been the second leg of this team. In any games that Asia struggles, she's going to be picking up the slack. So over the last month now, her average about 14 and a half field goal attempts. And in that duration, she's averaging about 22 points this season. She did light up Washington the first time they played, I believe, had 24 points. The assists and everything were still there for her, so I'm not too mad at it. If you want to take the PA, ideally, I was looking for the 23 and a half line. But I think your scoring, man, this is hard to sleep on. She's taken a lot of field goal attempts this season, and something I also wanted to really highlight. For one, being back at the house, I love that to start, but any games where she's taken over, let's just say 13 field goal attempts this season, look pretty solid, averaging over 20 points a game. So we were getting this on the low buy and coming off of still another good scoring performance. They haven't really moved the lines necessarily. If you have access, just the 18 and a half, I'm not mad at it. Maybe switch over to the PA then, but 17 and a half looked like a great buy again for her. And we're going to run it back one more time.
Yeah, got to do it. I like the idea of Washington, man, they've been one of the best defenses in the league, if not the best in the last couple weeks. And they're probably going to be able to hold Asia down as far as who can hold Asia down. You know, she's going to get her points still, but they should be holding her down enough to have Jackie have to do some work. So 17.5 for Jackie. Like you said, you kind of made a good point with the comparing her to the top scorers in the league now too. We all forget about Jackie a little bit because of Asia, but she scores like that, and her line is still a little on the low side. So if you can find the 17.5, it does make sense. I do not like overs, especially 17.5 point overs, but dare I say 17.5 is actually a little bit of a value for Jackie. So I'm with it.
Yeah, man. Honestly, she's impressed me so much this season, especially with how unfortunate her opening season, was dealing with all the external stuff and doing her thing, man. I mean, she's been a baller, and especially coming off of a nice extra day of rest too. So that, I know, obviously we haven't got the injury report yet to clear everybody, but the worst case scenario is she just doesn't play. Best case scenario is if either Asia and or Gray ends up sitting, we get massive upside on top of that. I like it already to begin with. And then looking at her shooting zones as well, the trade-off with that Washington defense is they are allowing a lot more scoring on the outside. So Jackie, she's leading the team in her three-point attempts here. And then the following zones where she likes to get to her spot too looked really, really nice. So if we're only taking away, just say 20% of what could have been her field goal volume attempts, this 80% here looking real nice. And I like it, man. This is a nice low buy for her again.
Yeah, it really is. Let's get it, Jackie.
Let's get it, fam. All right, y'all. Well, that's what we got. Let's get caught up on chat. I know if I'm starting to feel a little bit silly, we're celebrating my roommate's birthday, so I've been having some of the sip the old silly sauce here. But I appreciate you guys. We're gonna have this nice bounce back spot today, and I'm feeling sweep on the horizon, baby. Let's go. Cheers,
silly
fam.
Sauce. Cheers, fam. He says, "Let's go." Alrighty, my guys, my peoples, my homies, my fellow betters who like to whoop bookies. We're at 175 watching. Appreciate you guys. 63 likes already. We only need 6 more likes for your double good luck. If you hit the like between right now and 69, you get double good luck to get to that 69, that magic number 69, guys. So hit the like if you haven't yet, and I will get into the questions for the chat here. You guys always have some interesting things that we haven't looked at, so let's see what we can find here. Fadeaway Music says, I took a little week off. Yes, sir. 3 times there. Fadeaway Music also said, hope we get Seattle news soon. Any lean? So the lean with Seattle is, if Flage's out, we're going to go Heidi. And we just got to 69, guys. So whoever just hit that like, appreciate that a lot. And good luck to you. Going with Malanga, 8.5 boards. And Heidem in 14.5 points, only if Flage is out. So we are leaning that way depending on the news, sir. Starco says, happy Monday. Like, sub, and hype. Yes, sir. Starfall. Then we got King Capricorn. He says, what's up, gang? Let's cash. Bucko Burke is in this mother ummer. And Starfall says, I like Canada with the points. We talked about that. That is a fun one. Definitely going to ride with you on that one. Skill Satoshi said, they had Burton with 3 points. Yeah, the whole bunkity bunk. Sorry, I'm going over these again. I just wanted to make sure I don't miss anything. Lamont says the under thing. Okay, here we go. Here is the first one we haven't talked about yet. Follow Biz Center says, Anisha Morrow, our old faithful with the rebounds, is at 7. Do you think it's worth a play?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it is a very appealing just overall play. You know, her minutes did look pretty nice this last game. Played 24. Always a chance to see extended time on the floor. I am curious if she is eventually maybe going to make her way into the starting lineup, but at least for now, her coming off the bench, that could actually be, in argument's sake, even better if we are expecting maybe Atlanta gets up a little bit ahead here and they kind of put in the starters or take out the starters early in the fourth quarter. She'll play some of that garbage time cleanup too. I love Morrow. I mean, she's been a solid player all season. She is also still continuing to shoot the ball a lot. I mean, double-digit field goal in most of these games where she's getting some kind of meaningful minutes. So maybe the PR also not the worst spot too. This Atlanta defense is terrible. They've been one of the worst teams defending the paint right now. A little bit more so towards the slashing guard style players, but still, nonetheless, that is going to be I think a reasonable look for her tonight. I like her. Just know you're playing to excuse me. Just know you're playing to bench players, so the minutes could vary from game to game.
So if we look at her minutes, she's only played on Toronto 2 games, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, so the first game she had 16. The last game she had 24 minutes. So if she can get 24, 25 minutes, she should get 7 rebounds. It's not the best spot, obviously, but this is Morrow. So, yeah, playing the minutes. AFC
Yeah,
Angelo says, brutal Friday with Angel missing the double-double. Badly too, which is crazy, he said. And Alyssa points miss. Sharing a few picks again today. Reese Double, we're on that with you, sir. And Malonga, let's get this money, boys. So,
Yeah, man.
He's right there with us.
Friday was definitely a heartbreaker, you know. Trying not to bring up too many of the woes and pains that it was, but we had everything that we could ask for in the first quarter, first halves, and then these players just forgot how to play basketball. But yeah, we're definitely going back to Reese. The Malonga, I do like the double-double call as well. I don't know if I clarified that earlier too, but I think both her and Canada ladder plays for the double-double, totally fine with. But yeah, and Reese today, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a double-double night for her, no doubt.
Let's get it, man. Just make sure you guys get the good value, like we were saying earlier. Don't play it at minus 300. It's not that exciting. It's just going to be decent. You know, you might win, but you're not going to get value from it. Vel from the Knopf says, top of the week. Let's effing go. What's up, man? Asprey Decor says the Aces game was fishy.
It was, yeah. I mean, you couldn't say that, you know, that was even a competitive game at any point. I thought that maybe they would play, but that was very strange that they just went ahead and decided to punt the game completely. And even the starters, you know, didn't play any meaningful minutes.
Nicole says, glad you guys are here tonight. What are your thoughts on Melbourne under 1.5 threes? And we're glad you are here, Nicole.
Oh, yeah. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us as always. Now, with Jade, I do like it if Flage plays. Ezzy, I'm not too worried about that. It's not really going to affect her. But if Flage does play, yes, if she is out, Jade could definitely see a few more looks here. That one a little bit more subject. Let's say if Zaya Cook ends up moving into the starting lineup, then you might be a little bit safer. But if they move in, say, Horston, for example, then Jade could take a few extra field goal attempts today. And she's been kind of balling, too. I mean,
she has.
You know, for argument's sake.
Yeah. Ashby Decor says, I know you guys are props only, but I hope you guys bet on the New York Liberty blowout. Ashby Decor, you know what I found when I woke up? It was early in the morning, so I was wiping sleep out of my eye and my brain was barely working. But when they said Jewel Lloyd's on the board at 17.5 points, I went and took the under 15 and got plus 140, and that was wonderful. I don't know how I did that, but I pat myself on the back for that one. And we should have pushed more Jewel Lloyd under in that game. But he's talking about the blowout. You do have a point. I mean, I wanted to say you never know how these games go, but New York has to win, and they were going against, the skeleton crew.
Nilissa Smith.
Yeah, and Nilissa Smith didn't even want to be there. They didn't want to push her either. So this is a super rest game for them. So it was a good call. Good call if you did play that. AOD says, love you, bros.
Appreciate that. Love you guys.
Uh-oh, Kev's here. He says, I'm in here. Olivia the Goat smacked Asia over the weekend.
They did.
That four-eyed geek did it again. Fade away.
Kind of good. Pretty good.
Kind of good for having goggles. Give her that. Fade away music says, any lean on Seattle news? We talked about that, so we're going to go. It kind of does pay me to say we're going to go hide him in over 14.5, but I mean, if Flage is out, somebody got to score. It can't be all Malonga. So Fallout Biz Center says, Agua Fam 15 PR. Now, if Ezzy's out, do you go Agua Fam 15 PR? It does seem low. I didn't even think about that, really.
I
like
like
her
it
now
yes.
from the last game.
Yeah, last game was really, really weird, man. I can't stress that enough. Like, I had a lot of interest in her pregame overs. I mean, we're talking about that because she basically had the exact same line. And even the 9.5 points is very low for her. But coach played her on a wildly different rotation. I mean, had Falage not exited early, I mean, she was on track for 12, 14 minutes. I mean, her coming into playing only just barely 3 minutes in the first quarter and then also subbing out before the end of the first quarter, that was super weird. So for me, I mean, if you want to play it, I get it, especially if Ezzy is out, but that threw me for a loop, man. I don't know what to think about that.
Yeah, I'm looking here on the rotation. She only played 7 minutes in the first half. Didn't start the second half, of course. But yeah, if Ezzy's out, wouldn't you think that she's going to get her normal 30-something minutes back? Especially if Flage's out, too. I mean, who can they play instead? Dolson? What are they going to do?
Yeah. I mean, they have Dolson. They have a couple of, there's randos that they could put in here. You got to remember, she, even though is not really playing for anything here, she is a prized international player. Like, this coach is not to mess up, get her hurt. There's no reason for it right now. She is looking at the FIBA tournament, which is in 2 weeks now.
Okay, well, we'll keep that in mind. Still, if Flage and Ezzy are out, man, I think we gotta take we don't have to, but if you're already thinking about the PR, I would take a stab at that. Sick Check says Julie 6.5 assists. Man, she has been assisting it up. What do you think against Atlanta she's gonna do though?
I'm not gonna lie. I was looking at that under too. It's the odds went back a little bit more in our favor for taking the under. Kind of seems like it is leveling out. She was heavily juiced to take or for going under. I'd imagine mostly just from the previous matchups. The PAs are scary, yes, but historically look pretty rough. And then with Kiki Rice being back as well, this is something where she does take a hit off of. I don't know how necessarily I feel about it.
Why 12 assists last game doesn't scare you? Tell the people. If you were going to go the under.
Well, that was one of the best matchups. I mean, literally the best matchup. If we're talking about surprising getting there, the Golden State, I think, would be an obvious one. Minnesota, even though they're playing outstanding offense, I think that defense is still quite suspect. They did also blow them out by 32. But it's a high line for her, no doubt. With Kiki Rice being even more of an at-risk, I did like the under, man. I'm not going to lie. I did like this under.
You like this under 6.5 assists, huh?
Yeah. Also with, this matchup with Atlanta giving up so many points inside the paint, it's mostly just going to have to be off of whatever that production comes from. And, we were talking about with Sabali, her minutes took a massive hit this last game. She didn't close the first half. She played a lot in the second half, but the first half was weird. So if she's not playing her normal thing either, I mean, this team, what are they just going to do? Just keep chucking threes or try and get Moro worked in a little bit here? It's not exactly things that are working out in favor of her picking up more assists. So, and then if it's a blowout game, she's going to sit early too.
All right. The man has spoken. The Gale's here.
Yo, what's good, fam?
Coach says goats.
Hey, what's up, Coach?
And he also says Reese over PRA.
I do like it. She bumped up a little bit. Was 30.5 on most sites. I know somebody in chat was saying they got it at a cheaper price than that, but I think it's still fair play. Not necessarily sold on the assist. This portion I could honestly live without, but PR upside, totally there with you. 15.5 points. If you can still find that, I did like that as well.
All right, my guys, we're at 203 watching, 88 likes. If we could get to 100 likes, that would be amazing. If you haven't hit the like yet, let's try to get our record. We got 220 is our record that we've had live. So if you hit the like for us, it'll help us get some more people in here. Very much appreciated. Big Two says, what are we nuking? Big Two
plays in the bottom left of the screen.
Yes, sir. Big Two. He'll be there for the live betting today. He's gonna be hating on Mabry. I already know. Well, he'll probably play both sides and then say I told you after. We'll see. 100 DZ says, I'm cool on her. She barely tried to shoot. I think he's talking about Reese, but he could be talking about Heidemann. I'm not sure. It's Eli says, I got Canada at minus 150, 6.5 assists. That's amazing. And 17.5 points for Gray. You like Gray or Howard over Moore, he says. Maybe he's saying the 150 was the parlay of the 6.5 and the 17.5 for Gray. Not sure. Either way, do you like Gray or Howard more?
Honestly, I'm leaning a little bit more towards Howard, but Gray at that price, I'm assuming is probably an alt line. But I mean, you know how Howard is at the house. I mean, this is something that's been pretty straightforward. Gray is not bad. I mean, the volume and everything's still been there for her. Historically, right there on the line. She just suffers sometimes really bad whenever, Angel Reese and that extra person picks up their scoring. Like if there's 3 out of the 5 have an over scoring mark, sometimes, she gets real close, but right now this is a higher line. It's higher than her season average too. So this one probably feels like a little bit more of a fade. And then Ryan Howard being at the house, you know how she does.
All right. Big Ryan. King Capricorn, what's up, man? Says Sabali and Alaman over points. What do you think?
Sabali, I'm with. Just know that whatever her minutes are tonight are a question mark. Preferably playing the 12.5 points. She did bump down. I think we bumped right back up to. Yeah, she went right back to it. Prizepicks did have her at 13 flat, so maybe that is the best price if you have to move around a little bit. But I do like her. Julie played well against them, so I mean there is that. She got there, I believe, in 2 out of the 3 games so far this season. 6.5 would be a little bit more ideal if you can find it, but 7.5. I don't know about that.
Well, when you say
pass,
that's what you got to do.
She just doesn't shoot, man. I mean, you're talking, we're not even talking, you're relying off of just ultra efficiency. And I get it. I mean, 80%, 60%, 70% basically, but that volume is very low. I mean, at best, 5-6 field goal attempts per game at best.
It's just hard. It's hard to take I see 6.5 actually on your screen over there, but
yeah,
it's hard to bet an over on a player that's looking to pass. You know what I mean? And I think she scored maybe a little more because Mabry hasn't really been healthy, so they had a little more usage opening for some shootings. So with that being said, it's hard to count on it. She could get there. It seems like it's fair, right? It's just 50-50.
Yeah, and don't let me talk you off of it. I mean, there's a real good chance, she can go out and just put up 3 buckets and call it a day. But there is also, looking at the previous games, 2 of them, or all 3 without Kiki Rice, and then the first one was without Sabali as well. And now we have all these players come back in, and, she's just not really being asked to score a lot. And if it's off of transition, fast breaks and stuff like that, then that is what it is. But if we're talking just straight pick and roll or ball handler, I mean, 5 field goal attempts might be really all you're looking at.
You know what it is? I just thought of is like these type of plays are the ones that are kind of coin flip-ish, and these aren't the type of plays that we're going to consistently make money on. And that's what we want to do around here is find every play is a value play in our favor. If it doesn't hit, it doesn't hit, but we just know that we made a good play. Counting on Alaman to score in a tough matchup like this is just doesn't make sense to do. Just doesn't. So it's a pass, but like you said, don't let us talk you off of it. If you're feeling it, go for it. But imagine if you played Julie Alaman points every day of your life, you wouldn't be up in the end. You'd be sweating the entire time.
She did this, I remember, in the last time where she was going through a little hot streak, and everybody took her points because she was like 7.5 again, and she just went out, played 35 minutes, and shot the ball like 4 times.
Right. All right, guys. Hey, 211 people. We're 9 away from our record, 98 likes. We only need 2 more likes for our 100 likes. And Jazz Mason 6777 is here. What he says, "What's up, family?" What's up, family?
That's good, man.
I like it when people say family. What's up, fam? What's up, family? AFC Angelo says Alaman over 0.5 threes. Living on the edge. He says is at 0.7x or not enough value, question mark. Feels solid, just not sure about the 0.7x. I don't play these type of plays. E, what do you think?
It is still at a reasonable value. I mean, at least if you're going to try and take some kind of a scoring route, the threes do make a lot of sense because she's not getting the full game points without that. So I get that. Minus still in the, ideally more like 250 range would be better. I don't know what site you're shopping on, so that could throw, some of the variance into the mix, but she should be good for one. I mean, hit it in all 3 games and hit it in the majority of these, season-long games. Just depends on what your payout is,
Right. And thanks for hitting the likes, guys. You guys smashed it. It went all the way to 109. Dope. Candace Masterson says, hope y'all are doing good. Just joined up, so don't know if he went over this or not, but I have Dominic field goals over 8 made. Dominic Malanga. He likes the field goals.
Let's see. Yeah. Let's see what's up with Malanga. Now, I mean, that play for sure is going to be a lot better if Elijah ends up being out. Let's see where you at. All right. So, what was the number? 8 made?
Mm-hmm.
One second. Gotta get the old outlier real fast.
Oh, outlier? What's that? Wipe the dust off. Blow the dust off of that thing, huh?
Yeah. I haven't really had to use it too much in this WNBA season, but it is good to look up props like this, though.
And we'll also be using it a lot for college. Man, I wish Props Madness would get into college.
One day. All right, so with with Malanga, the field goal made is okay. I mean, you are kind of doing a little bit of a disservice, though, with her free throw potentials because this matchup is, I believe, top 3, if not the best free throw potential. Let's see, Chicago is, okay, so still number 2, only rivaled by Seattle on the other side is number 1 in free throws allowed. That part will kind of break up a little bit of her potential field goals made. If she's getting fouled going to the free throw line, unless it is an and one, then that shot isn't going to count for her. It's not the worst play. You're paying it at a really high premium right now. Just looking at her recent games, kind of, not even doing that great, to be honest. I mean, yeah, this is really just bumped up from the last little stretch here. So not the best value there, but scoring overall and upside very much so is there. Ideally, I'm playing her at like 18 and a half points today, tops. But something to keep in mind. I'm not even mad at these 4 free throws either. That or the 2.5 free throws made. That's actually a really generous line.
Malanga's had decent value on her overs. We know what she can do. We know her ceiling. Good spot for it. Players might be out. Line's still playable, and I believe it has a lot to do with her fouling sometimes. So it's always that. If she doesn't get in foul trouble, which she's been doing better. And Ezzy's possibly out, but definitely hurt, so she should get her minutes. So yeah, a lot of stuff for Malanga might work today. DG Cardoso 15 plus. Good old Cardoso. 15 plus
It's
points.
a great spot for her. Yeah.
Okay.
Great spot for her. Just, can she play over 30 minutes? 26 minutes again last game, 29 before that, 28 before that. So they are monitoring her. They are not letting her play over 30 minutes.
Bob Thor says, didn't you say Jordan Canada double-double?
Yeah, we circle back to that one. I do like that for a ladder play.
Okay, Asprey Decor says, research is solid. I just checked it out myself using a tool. Good line choices. I don't know what you're talking about, Asprey Decor, but keep talking. It's fun. Jason Graham says, I'm surprised Harrison, Rice, and Morrow aren't splitting more time evenly with Sabali and Laura and Alaman. So he's surprised Izzy, Rice, and Morrow aren't splitting as much time. I think Morrow plays more today. I could be wrong, though. She should.
Yeah, there's, a very good possibility she can. Some of these players for Toronto as well are going to be international players. So, we could see them easy take a hit on their minutes or time on the court. I'm right there with you, too. Laura, especially, she was one that I thought for sure would end up seeing, kind of a first to the bench, if you will. But Harrison, flip-flop on her minutes. She didn't play any minutes a game before, and then she played a lot of minutes a game afterwards. And same thing, probably, every single night moving forward, we're probably going to be dealing with this hodgepodge of whatever minutes in rotation. But I do agree they should be staggering these minutes out. There's no reason for them to continue, playing over 30 minutes a night unless somebody is nursing an injury. So maybe Kiki Rice, there's an argument for that with her coming back from a long time injury or long time away with an injury. But like Almonds, she shouldn't be out there over 30 minutes every single night. And then these other players too. It's real. We will see this happen sooner than later. So just keeping out for those live bets. Again, can't stress that enough. Those are the situations where if you see this player does not come in like they're normally supposed to, or they leave earlier than they're normally supposed to, those are the nights where coach is just going to be messing with those rotations and stuff's going to get a little bit weird, and you can kind of capitalize on it.
Yep. And if you know and you have a site or something that has more than just the top players, they have those players that could miss minutes, because a lot of times they have those fringe players. Those are the smashes, especially when you have fun sites like Onyx. All you people not in California, you lucky dogs, you can go in there and just say, hey, let me just put a little of this down. These bookies aren't moving anything. They're not checking that out. That would never happen in NBA. So the advantages of WNBA, you could think on the negative side with a bunch of funny things, but you can also think on the positive side with a lot of money being made. So don't forget that part, money. King Capricorn says Cardoso to get 9 to 10 rebounds.
Yeah, I do like Cardoso's rebounds here, honestly.
Okay.
Also, consideration for the combo with her and Malonga on Prizepicks. Both of them potential ceiling upside, just minutes for Cardoso, really, the only thing.
All right. Bob Thor says, thank you. You are welcome. Jizzleman's here. He says, let's eat.
Oh, yeah. We're hungry.
I really am hungry. B. Fraser says, I wanted to hear the announcer struggle to say Déjeuner en Flagey tonight. Oh, man. Déjeuner.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Jason Graham says, I watched Megan Kelly today go off on Déjeuner. She really gave it to her for about 13 minutes. Good. Give it to her, punk ass. All right. King Capricorn says, Austin sunned Reese in that game. Austin been sunning everybody. Can she sun Asia? Can she sun Asia? Woo, we're going to see tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a fun one. Mick Jagger says, how do I join the Discord? Link in the description for the WAP and for the Discord, actually. And either way, you can find it that way. You'll see stuff everywhere once you click the links. Josh says, Jade assists over 4.5 or minus 160 or 6+ at plus 200. Seems playable if Flagey's out.
Over 4.5. That price is pretty bad. She just moved up from the 3.5 to the 4.5. Most of the 4.5s were juiced on the under. Prizepicks did bump her up from the 4 flat to 4.5. Let's see, did they walk it back? Yeah, looks like the odds are moving quite a bit the opposite direction. I do like her here. Yes, I think the playmaking has been pretty solid for her. Last game, the potential assists were way up. Also season high. So, that was the best matchup. Take that for what you will. I like her. I just worry with Flagey, if she ends up being out, what kind of impact does that have on her? And I say that mostly just because if Horston plays more minutes, she is the direct thorn in the side to Jade Melbourne. If Horston is out there, she takes away usage from her. Jade becomes a little bit more of a scorer, secondary option, and you kind of see stuff like this too. So just keep that in mind. I like it. I like the spot. I don't know what to do with that.
All right. Bob Thor says, I've watched a few of your videos, saw maybe you had tracked overall units profit. Is that for all sports or just WNBA season so far?
Yeah, so that's just for WNBA season so far. Our most recent stuff that we had was like with college basketball. We went just over or just shy of 80 units as well. Not bad considering only our second year covering it. And then shout out to the goatness of tackle props. I mean, underrated. You went for, was it 110 or 120 last season?
Let's just say I did good.
It was over 100 units. Nah, I'm not going to let him be modest about this. Like, he kicked ass on it, and we made some serious money.
Because, guys, a lot of it can't be done on YouTube. Like, a lot of the huge unit plays we made on the tackle props, for example, it'll be just news that comes in that bookies don't look at, or they'll just be wrong. Like, especially with tackles in NFL football, people don't do it very much. So because I look at that every day of my life and try to make sure I know what's going on, if a player's out or something, sometimes they just leave lines. There's so many different things that happen. So when you win 100 units, it's like, yeah, right, you didn't win no damn 100 units, but you can win free 5 to 10 units on one play at times. So, and that's not even included in these pregame units. Like, we win more in the Discord. So just about figuring it all out. It doesn't work every time, and you don't win every single freaking week. You know, you have bad times. It happens. It's part of the game. But overall, we're winning. So I can't be mad, and hopefully you guys want to win too. I mean, some people do it for fun, and that's fine as well. But if you want to win money, that's what we're trying to do. The Quizler says Laura J over 9.5 points or 3.5 rebounds or combo.
Man, I'm honestly not really sure how to feel about Laura today. I mean, her lines are extremely low, especially for what we've seen on her in the last several games now. I mean, her points feel like they're low. I do like the rebound potential overall. I mean, that's something she's been really solid with, but kind of leaning towards, wouldn't shock me to see her take the over or see her go over on her points, because I know a lot of people are taking the unders today. And then one of the rebound plays did kind of want to shout out Big Mabry at 2.5 rebounds. This is an unbelievably low line for her. I know she's been a little bit banged up, dealing with the neck injury and stuff like that, but the games she's playing mostly normal minutes. I mean, at least just over 25 minutes. That's really low. I mean, she's definitely good for 3 rebounds.
Yeah, I was thinking her points are kind of low, obviously, for her. And if she does play normal minutes, can you put that PR together? Do they have a decent line for her PR? Or is the 2.5... oh, they don't. They kind of add one there. Okay. Just wanted to see if there was some value with that. Yeah, the 2.5 rebounds looks really low. It's one of those DGen plays, but, I mean, it should happen.
It is. I mean, it is. And even for argument's sake, you know, Condi kind of same thing for her too. You know, she's still, even with players coming back, being the minutes on the glass. And if you want to play him, you know, I get it. I just worry about getting too wrapped up in this game because, for one, it is a 15.5 point spread. Mm-hmm. So we could easily lose minutes out for the starters.
Yep.
And then fatigue has been a real thing with this league lately. I mean, that has been an unbelievable bad thing. We've seen a lot of players getting real tired, playing a bunch of games, traveling a bunch and stuff like that. So it is catching up to them. And if coach is going to be like Mabry, for example, she only played, 22 minutes this last game? Yeah, 22 minutes. And it was a 14-point loss, but I mean, she could have easily went out and played, you know, her normal 28, 30 minutes, and coach just decided not to. So keep an eye out. Any kind of players, weird rotations and stuff. You got to zig when they zag.
Yep. Big Kev says, big doso, big milk truck, big beers, or big 6'7" Chinese lady? Who you got?
I'll take some doso. I'd be happy with that.
I thought you were going to go milk truck on them. All right. Well, there you go. Dustin Potet says, or Petite says, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Let me know. Sabali over 13.5. We do like her. She's actually 12.5 at some places, I thought, too. No, back to 13.5.
Yeah, back to 13.5. Best line was on Prizepicks at 13 flat there. I like it. The only thing that I am not really sold on is she played way less minutes this last game.
Yeah, Coach
Coach messed with her first half rotation, and her not closing the game kind of threw me off. So I do like it. Just know her minutes could vary.
Our record was 220. We are at 229. You guys are dope. Thank you for being here and hitting the likes for us. That really helps all the other people find us. So shout out to everybody watching. And
Amazing.
F the bookies.
Hey, and on that note too, I mean, hey, all the new faces coming here, make sure you subscribe to the channel because we do go live Monday through Friday, and even on some nights, we'll get wild and have a late night stream, double
Wild
stream
and
for the
wacky.
day, and oh yeah. Hey, I mean, we could easily have maybe one even later. We'll see how sauced up I get at the end of the night.
All right.
All
All
we'll
right.
see.
Well, you don't put out any plays when you're sauced up, do you? We don't play around with people's money, right?
Nah.
right.
I'll be chill during that time.
Okay. The Quizler says Condi over 4 rebounds, Sabali over 13.5 points. Appreciate and love y'all, fam.
Yeah, I do like them both. The Condi play would just be a little bit more subject to what her usage could look like the more minutes that Morrow play. 4.5, still a very appropriate line though.
Greg says Mercury traded for Plum for nothing.
It's a weird trade.
They've
Say
gotten
the
worse.
least.
If they just lose to the worst teams now. They just get whooped up. It's the best.
And
Karma's
Plum
a
gets hurt
B.
again.
Karma's a BAT. Greg says Shakira never forgot how to play. Shakira has been off the hook. Shakira has been amazing. I cannot wait for her to come in with that attitude against Asia tomorrow. That's going to be so fun. King Capricorn says, no, Greg, the Mercury won acquiring Plum. Well, King Capricorn is a Plum fan, and Greg is not, I see. Okay. Dustin says, got an under for y'all. Oh. Condi 3's under 1.5. He said he has an under. I stopped. My heart stopped.
Hey,
Condi under 3's. How do you feel?
Well, we know how Atlanta is. I mean, traditionally, they've been pretty good at defending the three-point line. Getting back to their roots as well, with that trade-off being surrendering a lot more points inside the paint. It makes sense. I mean, they're going to funnel a lot of action in there. They will give her a few looks. She did take 5, 3, and 2. I believe she wasn't a starter in some of these games. I'd have to go back and look, but we'll take a few extra shots, yes, but I think also having Mabry back is going to help out a ton. And then the more minutes that she plays, she's going to siphon off some usage. So I do like it. It is kind of a 50-50 play because, I mean, if she's feeling it, it's probably hitting multiple threes, no problem. But some games, she just goes out and it's like 3 or 4 attempts at best, and she just goes into rebound mode after that. She's been playing a lot more as a power forward than a small forward lately, and I do like the thought of that.
Question. Would you take her under 9.5 points or her under 1.5 threes? Which one would you lean if you had to take one?
Well, the three's probably the best route, honestly, just because she can. I mean, you can see several games where she can still get to her spot, get downhill and not really having to rely off of the 3-point shooting. And assuming Atlanta continues to just do what they have been, I mean, they should just be funneling her action all inside the paint.
So she had 2 against Atlanta before, but she only took 3 attempts, so she got a little lucky in that game. And then the other game, she only shot 2. I like this play, to be honest. I like this play. It's a fun one. I don't like betting threes because they're just kind of random, but if she takes 3 attempts again, she's gonna have to get really lucky to beat you. If she goes off somehow and gets a little bit more, it is what it is. But I like that. In fact, I'm right there with that one and the Canada points. Those two seem pretty dang good.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all.
Okay. Plum leaving in free agency. Why stay? Greg says. They're on Plum, guys. They're on Plum. Kevin Thomas says Atkins, Alicia Gray, or Jackie Young.
Oh, Alicia Gray, easy answer.
Yeah, Alicia Gray's pretty. She take off those goggles. I forgot she has goggles just like but she doesn't look as dorky. And when she takes them off, she looks a lot better. Just saying. Sorry, Kev. I know your OnlyFans love of Oliver, but just being honest. Ayo says Mystics, baby. He loves him some baby C, baby Citron. I mean, AOD says who want the smoke?
Oh, we're gonna see that smoke tomorrow. First of 2 games with Asia and Shakira. I'm so excited.
Man, that's like a playoff game. That's like when Indiana went to Minnesota the other day. This is gonna be fun. Ashbreed, of course, says I most definitely did play the blowout. -16 and -26 for New York. There you go. You're always finding a little value, man. I'm sure you're up. I'm sure you're doing well. That's dope. Quicksand says Canada RA under 11.5.
Well, I do like the rebound downside. This is just a scary good matchup for her assist, man. I mean, some of her top season performances in 2 out of these 3 games.
Can you just take the under 3.5 boards? Anytime she's 3.5, it's like in a tough matchup, it's hard for her to get 4 rebounds. Unless it's just a weird matchup.
Honestly, I mean, not too mad at that. The assist portion of it, I would most certainly be concerned about.
Okay. Condi 17 PRA GQ says
I'm still good with the RA upside. I mean, even though her potential's slightly all over the place, did come up the last couple games here. I think the RA aspect of it I do like quite a bit, and just try to bring up, with the scoring here still. It's a fair price for her. I mean, assuming she still continues to play about 30 minutes a game, that should be fine. But there is also the, caveat she could start playing less minutes if, say, Morrow or whoever X, Y, and Z off the bench, if they start playing these backup unit or start playing the backup unit in these backups more, then she will take a slight hit just overall minutes. I wouldn't expect to see her play 34 plus minutes like ever again.
JT Paul says, MF, y'all my ninjas. Let's go. What's up, bro?
What's good, bro? Hope you had a good weekend.
Yes, sir. Gaming Hanzo said, Morrow 7 boards. We're just playing the minutes with that one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, if you think she's going to get minutes, you can make the play. But if you don't want to bet on minutes, you pass. Greg says Mabry assists.
It's a fair line. I mean, 3.5 is a little bit just too low to go under, and could trap you out with the over. I'm leaning towards the over a little bit more so. I mean, if they're going to put pressure on her from 3, that scoring performance looked pretty nice the last 2 games, but we also saw that first game they locked her down. She has a lot more threats now to pass the ball to, so but keep an out. If there's, for whatever reason, Kiki Rice moves in the starting lineup, I would definitely love the under here.
All right. Asprey, of course, says I'm out. I hope everyone the best.
Have a good one, man.
Greg says, can you believe Awa Fam was the 3rd pick in the draft? Dallas will forever regret drafting Paige's girlfriend. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, hey, unless Alana Smith, I know she was poops all season long. She's played pretty good the last couple of games. Unless she has just a phenomenal tear from here until the rest of the season in the postseason, then maybe that's a conversation to revisit. But I have no idea how they ended up picking up her and not, trying to make a move on one of these other bigs. Even Lauren Betts, for that matter, man. I'm still upset that they didn't pick her.
You say you don't understand why, but you do understand why. It's just so crazy.
Well,
it's
yes,
so non-professional. For a professional league, that was a non-professional move.
Well, it just didn't make any sense. But
it did make sense though.
For the team, it didn't make any sense
at all. Yes. But goodness me, you're drafting someone's girlfriend, number 1 in a draft? Was she the best player in the league? I mean, in college? She was really good, but was she, hands down, I'm number 1, I'm going to my girlfriend's team? That's wild, bro.
No, but I will say at least, because I did see this random stat earlier, for argument's sake, I believe they haven't won a game in the games that Fudd has been out. So maybe that's pure coincidence, or maybe that she has something to do with that.
Oliver Miles was picked after.
Oliver.
That's crazy, bro. LJ rebounds. What do you think about LJ rebounds? Sagan says.
Yeah, 3.5. It's a fair price. She did play, kind of 50-50 between the matchups. I'm more into the scoring aspect for her. I mean, if you want to take the RA downside, I totally get it.
Okay. We're going to try to, if you can, move a little faster. We got about 10 minutes here. We have a good amount to get to. You ready for first thought answers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
King Kel says Reese 17 and 10.
I could see it.
Mick Jagger says, just join the Discord. He figured it out with the link. That's what's up. We'll see you in there, man. We will be chilling 24/7 like crazy WNBA fans. I know it's silly, but we like money. Starfall says, UD added first quarter point props. I bet you ain't seen that, he said.
Yeah, Parlay Play also started adding more of theirs back as well.
Interesting. The Key says Ray Burrell 15 points minus 106 right now. Kalia Copper 4 rebounds as one guard. Will rebound up to 6 versus Sparks. I like her up to 8. AT Dimes very live as well. Let me know what you think. So Burrell 15 points, Copper rebounds.
Yeah, Burrell, I do like. Still very appropriate line for her. She is also, the 14.5 points. Kind of weird to see Juice on some sites. And then Copper will like her quite a bit if Kelsey Plum ends up staying out. And then Alyssa Thomas, great spot for her. Just need this team to get it together because I don't know what's going on with them.
Bob Thor says, just cash, so you guys are up 77 units in profit on the season, 70% of a bankroll? What do you mean? Can you clarify what 77 units means?
Yeah. So, here, you can see what the standard unit size that we bet for it is, and then the little parentheses, this is the odds calculator payout for it. So, like, if you had the Malanga play 8.5 rebounds yesterday or last night when we posted it, it was for this said payout. And then, this is just from week one, and even having some great highs, had some really bad lows, and then we went just on an unbelievable win streak.
The Keese says Dejanay 10 points.
I do like it. I like it.
K Frosh says, what do y'all think about Cantor rebounds line if he goes to the WNBA? I love that one. Hey, comment of the day, K Frosh. Let's go. So good. Sick Track says, is Reese at 16.5 points too high?
It is high, but I worry about her today. I would not be surprised to see her drop a 20 piece.
Lyric GG says he's on to something with you. Mabry over 2.5 rebounds. I know she's a guard, but the hit rates are wild.
Yeah, I like it.
Yep, it's an interesting one. It's a degenish play, but it makes sense to make the play, right? The Key says, do you use Props Madness when looking at your tackle props, man? What's funny? I used Outlier, and I didn't really know if Props Madness used tackles. But I've done it so long and I do so many different sites that I didn't really look into it. But I'm going to this time. The Key says, I love sack props. Man, sack props are fun. They're kind of like 3-point props to me. They're just like, I'd rather take value on something that's going to happen throughout the game instead of like a sack can happen once in a while. But you can find value and it makes sense. I just don't get into sacks as much. But come to the Discord, drop some sack props. Let's put them together. Mary Townsend says Cloud under RA.
That one is kind of interesting. Definitely. That one a little bit more dependent on kind of what we see on the other side. So, like, let's say, for example, if Falage is out, she could look for herself to be scoring a little bit more. That could open up some more stuff on the wing. But if Ezzy's out, there's a real good chance that they just try and attack the paint a little bit more so often. The assist rating for her did take a hit with no Taylor the last 2 games. We did see that kind of taper off a little bit, but her usage rating did take a step forward and the field goal attempts as well. I worry about her scoring. It is a good spot, just kind of how whatever that volume looks like overall. The rebounds and the RA aspect of it, kind of a, net neutral. They just have way too many players, way too many guards on this team.
All right. Sick Check says Tempo had 4 days rest. They should be somewhat fresher than the Dream. Very good point. Golden Noel says the plum bum. That is all. The plum bum.
As bum as her ankle is, apparently, man.
CLKAMG, however you want to say it. He says, man, why players are sitting out in every game? I mean, what the F?
There's a lot of that weirdness this week. That should hopefully clear up after the FIBA tournament here in 2 weeks. And I mean, if it doesn't, then some of these teams not playing for anything, we're just going to have to start fading them. We're taking the unders live.
Oh, Lyric GG says Laura under 1.5 threes. And I was looking at it actually now that he brought it up. 1.5 threes is crazy for her. And this is a great spot. And to be honest, bro, this might be a good play. Will the value be worth the hit rate is the question. Bovada has minus 245. What's the percent chance Laura gets 2 threes against Atlanta today?
I mean, it's pretty low. You know, she will take her open threes as they give it to her, but for majority of these games, the volume, kind of same thing, you know, to be said about Condi as well. For her, she floats between that 3 to 5 attempt range pretty well every game. That is going to take a hit now with Mabry being back, though. So I do like it. I think this was one that we might have even played before in this matchup.
I wanted to say this about this play, and it just came to mind. Tell me if I'm crazy. It's on Underdog at 0.71x, so it's decent for Underdog in comparison to the lines on books. We talked about Condi under threes. Both of them seem like they make sense for the value you get. The thought process of this being a minus 250 and the other one being a minus 130, the chances of this hitting are so much lower than the chance of Condi hitting 2 threes because Condi actually chucks threes more, whereas Laura got to be open, like you said. And I believe the Atlanta team isn't going to let her have some open threes more than not any other team, but they're one of those teams. They're not going to just let you have an open three. So I think this one kind of makes sense, man. Even though it's minus 250.
Mad at it at all.
Right? Like, what are the chances she's actually going to get 2 against this team? I don't think it's going to happen. It's a bet. There's nothing's a lock, but you know what I'm saying.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, 100%. I mean, roughly 30% of the time she's able to get there, but this matchup is going to be a lot better for her normal scoring marks, which is just get inside, hit those layups in the paint.
If you look at teams in the top 5, you could look at teams in the top. Yeah, look at teams in the top. Let's see. Atlanta's number 2 when it comes to giving up threes in the last 10 days, right? But if you look at teams in the top 5 against 3-pointers, she's only got there 3 times.
That's rough.
I honestly like this play a good amount. We got Mabry back. We got Morrow in the mix. We got Sabali playing a little more. I mean, she didn't last time, but there's not really much room for Laura to just stand out and chuck threes.
No, not really. It is kind of a part of their MO. You know, they very, very similar to how Golden State likes to run. They will chuck threes. I mean, they are 4th most in that. But for her, it is more of a reserved role. You know, she'll take them if they're open, but if she can get to the paint, that's where she likes to operate. Atlanta,
bro. 2 games against Atlanta. 0 for 2 both games. I really want to add this play. Tell me we can. Because I know the payout's not the best, but I believe if you have plays and you're not in an area with sports books and you're on fantasy sites, if you could play that 0.71x on Underdog with something else you like, that really feels like a good play. Especially they give you the 3.5x with the one other play. I feel like that's definitely something to play today. I know you like it,
Hey, say less, man. Say less. Say less. Right. Let's ride. I'm totally with it. That's a good call.
Okay. Cool. So
feels a little bit more safe than the Condi one also.
It really does. Condi can chuck. Laura's going to need a miracle to get it against Atlanta.
Yeah.
So it's worth it. Yeah. Lyric GG, thank you, sir, for bringing that up. I love when you guys bring up plays like that because I would have never really paid attention to that. You brought it to my attention. I'm like, wait, hold on a minute here. Condi was cool, but that one's even better. Kev says Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, or Doja Cat. Yes, Kev. He's just going all over the place now.
Oh, bro, I couldn't decide there. I'll say the same thing I said in the Discord last night. I just would close my eyes, let Jesus take the wheel, and wherever I end up, that's where I'm meant to be.
It's a good answer. CLKAMG says, not sure if she will play. I'm not sure who he's talking about. Let's see.
I still haven't seen anything as far as the Seattle squad, like practice. There's no videos, no nothing like that. They went to a baseball game yesterday too, or a soccer game. Sorry.
Oh man, CLKAMG says Jordan Canada 6.5 assists, Reese 15.5 points, Malonga 8.5 rebounds. There you go. Sounds good.
Oh yeah.
Sounds good. He has the Reese points, but yeah. And then next guy here says YBM Vero says, I don't know how to say it, sorry. He says, I'd take Reese double-double instead of the points. That's what we're on as well. Reese double-double. Points are just up and down. Okay, spitting knowledge in the chat. I like it. Harrington playing tonight. Harrington.
I don't know who Harrington is. It might be Harrison. Harrison should be playing tonight. We're just waiting on. I mean, the only news we're waiting on is Flajee Johnson and Ezzy McMagor. Everything else is same as usual.
Roger BTD says Natasha Cloud points.
Hey, she's been low-key getting in. I know the volume isn't exactly most ideal, but she's been getting it.
All right. Jago Crazy says Morrow field goals made.
Let me see. And just to help shortcut some stuff too, if you guys ever have like a specific line you're looking at, try and just throw those in there just to help, search time a little bit easier or give you a more clear answer off the top of the head.
Oh, like how much how many field goals are made. Right.
Yeah. I do like this one. I mean, again, with the minutes, she plays over 25 minutes, looks pretty solid.
Okay. Heat and Force here. What's up, man? Says good afternoon, gentlemen. Any Enos Cantor props?
Yeah. Will he average a double-double every game?
Shots fired at the W. Oh my gosh, I love it. Mr. Kane says Howard under 9 3 points attempted. Laura over 9.5 points. Canada under. Fantasy Flage under. RA. Cardoso under 24 PR. We're going to have to go at these one by one. Howard under 9 3-pointer attempted.
Yeah, the Howard one is a little bit higher than what it should be. She was just 7.5 recently. Laura, I do like the over. We are also looking at her under 3s.
Oh, I love that one.
Canada.
Let me write that down.
Canada under fantasy. That one is kind of on the line. It's a really good steal and turnover spot for her. Flage, I like the under, especially if she's hurt and or if she doesn't play, then we're not worried about it. And then Cardoso, I worry about it. She is on a minutes limit, but it is also a pretty reasonable spot for her.
All right, there you go. Lyric GG said, so we playing LJ under 3s. Did I cook my ninjas? Yes, you did, sir. Let's go.
Yeah, we got to add that up.
I'm putting it on the list as we speak. Thank you for bringing that to our attention. I really like that play.
I'm going to leave that last name for you. I don't remember how to spell it.
That's what I was doing. That's funny. I put a J and I was like, I'll go back to that. Lady Londa says, I thought Sabali is out.
So two different Sablis. Nyara Sabli for Toronto should be playing, or at least as far as we know. And then Satu Sabli for New York is expected to be back at some point, but to be determined.
All right. FIFA Addict says, yo, would you still take Vandersloot at under 16.5 PA?
I do like it, honestly, and also not that mad at now with the bumps. I'm not that mad at the 20.5 PRA either.
Okay, and then our last comment of the day, and we made it with our tied for our 133 likes, guys. If you haven't hit the like for us, please, and get us over our actual record today. We had record amount of people here, and we have record likes if we get to that 133. So. Appreciate you guys on a nice Monday. We are going to have a great week. I can feel it. Kev Thomas says, Who is that? I don't even know how to say that.
I'm assuming that's just Nyara.
Okay.
Nyara, 10 plus points.
Oh,
I do
sorry.
like it.
He spelled it.
I
next
do
one.
like it.
Okay. Yep. All right. Cool, man. I'm glad we got that last play. I'm excited about that Laura play, man. And it's cool that it's on Underdog. We can play it with something on Bunk Underdog for people who don't have books.
Oh, yeah. It'll be much easier to find. All right, good fans. We appreciate it. Love hanging out with the homies during the day, as always. Tomorrow, we got some good games coming up. We will dive into that, have some plays up later on this evening and before hopefully the last game kicks off tonight, but we'll see. Keep an eye out for that news. We'll have all that stuff posted live and make some reactions too in the Discord. So make sure you guys, if you're new here, 7-day free trial, come check it out. But with that being said, let's get out of here and get ready for the games tonight. Good luck, fam. We will catch you guys back here tomorrow and have a great night. Peace.
Just cash.
Fuck you, Prizepicks! Hate you. Fuck you, Prizepicks! Hate you. Fuck you, Prizepicks! Hate you. Fuck you, Prizepicks!
But I've had enough.